escape from the team called the morning steam. It's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
Good morning to you. Let's roll, team. Wrap it again. Let's wrap it up here and get started with the show. Good morning and welcome to the Morning Steam Show for Saturday, October 26th, a special day here on the network because we're going to lead right into the coverage of UFC 308 from Abu Dhabi here just at the top of the hour. So we're going to cover as much as we can in the next hour, but I don't get the rest of the day off. I'll have all of my plays up on my Winnable account today. So I'm going to give you a preview of the best games in college football, NBA basketball, NHL hockey, and what's that other sport? Wow. Did Freddie do it for Freddie? Maybe he did. Mookie gets walked. Freddie grand slam. Dodgers win game 1, 6-3. The first walk-off grand slam in World Series history. Dodgers led 1-0. We might have got the push on the total. Hopefully, you did get that total at 8.5 and get that over. We were on the Dodgers, of course, and also had the over here last night. Sent out a 5-1 NBA card last night as well. So make sure you join me over at Winnable today. That's going to be the important part because there was a lot of college football, and really we can only cover a handful of games. We want to be off the air. I want to watch those guys. I want to watch the UFC card as well. So I hope you'll beg for your patience here today as we just go over a handful of games really on this big college football card, and we'll get started right away. Just want to mention, though, to get the rest of my plays here today, after we give out plays on each and every game, go over to Winnable, and you can click on the QR code right there, and then I'll take you over to the site, and I'll have college football plays, yes, my best plays behind the paywall there for just a couple of bucks today. I think it's $4.50. We've got such a huge card with all the sports. My UFC is up there as well. You could follow along. You could play along. Hopefully you guys watched First Strike this week with the guys. And if you haven't experienced the live betting UFC coverage with our crew, this is your opportunity because we're going to lead right into it at the top of the hour. Live coverage. And you know what? These guys, we really can hit it on some of these. Don't be surprised if you got two fighters plus money on both fighters by the time the third round rolls around. So please check it out here right after the show. You're going to have, of course, Jeff. You're going to have Mike. You're going to have Jim. You're going to have Sub. There's Sub in the chat. Hopefully, also Joe will be joining as well. And Keith, I don't know what everybody's itinerary is, but I know we'll have the main crew in there, and I'll be watching along. I'll be in the chat. And also, my day's not done. I'll be sending out all of my plays through my VIP account at Winnable. So all those plays, when you run down all those games, well, I'm not saying I have a little plan here, but go over to Winnable today to get more plays in college football, and they're free when you sign up with the Winnable account. Of course, I do have the paywall plays, my best plays there, but you just go over to Winnable, and you can see the plays there for today. I already have, for example, a slate of free games up there right now if you go up there. So check it out over at Winnable. I'll have a couple dozen plays on the free account today with this huge card today. So we're going to start the show right away. I'm going to just glance at the comments, say hello to everybody, and try to Sharpies here the game after the game last night. Wow, there's Sub. This is our soccer coverage right here. Take a look. Thank you, Sub. I think I can get around to the MLS playoff game tonight. Miami got the win last night. Messi they get a win in the first game of the playoffs, or the play-in game notwithstanding. But thank you, Sub. That is our coverage right there. I'm pretty sure it's an abbreviated schedule here at the top of the hour in the EPL with a 5-game card here, 4 at the top of the hour, and then Fulham and Everton later on. But MLS card tonight as well. There's action from Mexico, Spain in action right now. I'm watching here Villarreal take on Valladolid, and also there is Bundesliga here right now at the bottom of the hour, and some League One and others. So appreciate your patience here today. Hello to Patrick. Like this video, subscribe to our channel here with Sports Money Network. It's all going to be about the show here coming up, though, in just a little bit. The Big Negroni's here today. Great to have the Big Negroni. Thank you. Great to see you again, Negroni. All right. Robert McCormick here as well. And Dougie Wise talking about it. And Thomas Lewis. Yeah, a little throwback here this morning. It's starting to get a little bit chilly here in Vegas. Might go the long sleeve route here a couple of times. So, all right. Thanks, everybody. Let's roll. It's going to be just picks. We're going to be here just till the top of the hour until the guys show up anyway. I know they're preparing for the show, but as soon as we get their coverage, we're going to be rolling with them certainly, and I'll be over there as well. If you want to pop me some college football or other sports when we're in that chat, that's fine too. We can do that. All right. Let's roll tonight with the World Series with the Yankees and the Dodgers here. Rodon and Yamamoto here after what we saw last night. Hey, we had great drama certainly throughout the game with the Dodger lead, the big home run for the Yankees, but then the triples for the Dodgers and the big home run, the grand slam. What a moment last night. And can the Yankees find the wherewithal to rebound here against the Dodgers tonight? And Yamamoto, who's already dealt to the Yankees for sure, dominated the Yankees, really did give up a bomb against them, but still, both guys actually good numbers. Rodon, solid numbers against this lineup here tonight against several of the players, including Max Muncy wearing an 0 for 4. Mookie has big problems against Carlos Rodon. Just 1 for 19 in his career against Rodon. Teoscar, 1 for 9. KK, 1 for 7. Will Smith, 1 for 8. We'll see what the Dodgers do lineup-wise here, but got a bunch of goose eggs in the hit column for the Yankees here against Yamamoto as well. This lineup here could have a batting average just over maybe $125 or so here tonight, depending on how the lineup shakes down. So we'll get your comments quickly here about the game. I know it's the World Series, gang, and we had I'm not saying we ever called that one. Who would have called it? It's never happened before. So let's get a few comments here from you guys. If you have anything, Crushing Defeat says Dougie here, and also, and I'm kind of probably catching everybody by surprise already into the games here 10 minutes in, so maybe there's not a lot of comments here. Hello to Joe as well. Public Enemy, thank you. Thomas did say he wants to go over, so maybe I'll give it a minute or two here with the matchup and just see if anybody else rolls in to get their pick in. But I don't know, it's World Series. Maybe everybody's already kind of made up their mind anyways with tonight's game. So look, we know we're on the Dodgers here to win the World Series. I'm, got to be upfront and forthright. If we do see a spot for the Yankees, we still have to play it game by game here, but I don't know about tonight, gang. We'll see. Let me take the under in this one, knowing that these two starting pitchers certainly have plenty of success against these lineups here. For Rodon, as up and down as his career has been, pretty good pitcher here, and no doubt the Yankee bullpen did a pretty good job. So did the Dodger bullpen last night. The grand slam notwithstanding, and the strategies of the Yankees. So thank you. Here is Chris Manriquez is here today as well. Thank you. Robert McCormick wants to go under. Nate says the Yanks screwed him again. And Public Enemy says he thinks the Dodgers will sweep it. Dougie likes the Dodgers here as well. And Thomas says, you know what? They did go into the bullpens there a little bit. I still got to go under here in this one. The tension's on a little bit, it feels like. Innings out of these guys certainly here. Again, great numbers in that performance by Yamamoto against the Yankees earlier this season. So they just got 3 hits, but one of them was a home run, and one of them was an extra base hit as well. Let's see who it was. Jazz. Jazz hit a home run off of Yamamoto, and Aaron Judge had a double against Yamamoto. So, all right, the other players that really have the up tag on them here tonight would maybe be Kike. Kike is 3 for 6 against Rodon. Also, Shohei is 1 for 3 with a home run against Rodon. But like I said, a lot of weak matchups as well in Rodon. Just a 193 career average against this playoff roster. So we'll see what they do tonight. And thank you, everybody in the chat. Thomas says the Dodgers are a consensus play here tonight. Wow. Hey, we waited all these years. Let's not get a 4-game sweep and end the baseball season and end the sports equinox after just 4 games. All right. Thank you, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the game. And again, like I said, I felt, a great call by Joe Davis. I know a lot of people have problems with Joe Davis, especially people thinking Joe Davis calling those Dodger games, but you can't buy a moment like that. Yeah, it's running through your head because Freddie's limping up there a little bit with the bum ankle, but to be able to turn it into a Gibson redo there, right, with the home run, and she is gone. Who can forget that? I remember where I was in that moment, actually, when I saw that, hanging out at a friend's house. If you're out there, FMZ, we watched that moment together. That home run, hanging out in your apartment, man, probably playing some Rail Baron at the time or something like that. That's how long ago it was. Anybody ever play some Rail Baron while having a good time with some buddies watching the World Series? I think that's what was going on that night. All right. Big O says that strike zone was tight. Thanks, you guys. Great comments. But JPZ says, how about them? Think blue, and you got to think that they're looking down there a little bit, right? And don't forget about Vinny. Don't forget about Vinny a little bit. It's only been, a few years, been several years since Vinny passed too, okay, appreciate it. Appreciate it, everybody. We got to keep it rolling right now. So I don't know how we're going to get through all this right now. But we got about, maybe half an hour, 45 minutes before they get on the air here. So maybe if the boss is watching, please, maybe you could send me a message and give me maybe a 5-minute heads up too tonight. I know Mike, you said we're going to get started a little bit later, but I want to make sure they get those plays in. Remember, look, I want you to stay here with me if you need to with college football, but the First Strike video is up with the gang here. It's also on the community tab if you want to check it out. We got the handicapper consensus report there as well, and for the subs as well. So please check all that out. Now let's go right into the action here today with our biggest college football games. And I think we're just going to have time for plays, maybe an off-the-cuff comment or two. So you know how we break it down, fam, when we're taking our time and everything. Just trust Ramon or trust you guys to give me your play here. We'll try to maybe touch on a stat or two, I would guess, in these big games, right? You got to be, it's got to be a big game today if you're making this list. So we got a 14-point spread here with Notre Dame and Navy, but you got to think it's a big game. We've been talking about this game all season long, or this one of these games, right? Notre Dame coming in 6-1. They're down to a 13.5-point favorite right now, and if anything, they've continued to drop here a little bit at these sharp books. But man, come on, this Navy team right now. Like I said, in trying to figure out what is going on with Army and Navy this year, yes, maybe it's a weaker schedule, but maybe you have a men amongst boys or a men versus boys situation. Rosters in college football are getting younger and younger, aren't they, with the way they kind of play younger players that are better than. It's not like the old days even, or I say old days, but you still had to earn your way a little bit. Meanwhile, the Navy, we don't worry about NILs. We got men. We're building. Why does Army and Navy have great defense? Well, you don't want to see them getting blown out on national TV when we got a world crisis going on. Anyways, there could be some points in this one. You'll see a Navy game with 51 points very often, but then again, you don't have Navy and Army performing like they are this season. I got to take Navy here. I'll sprinkle a money line too. I don't know. Could they have enough talent? Certainly, they've shown against some lesser teams. But again, we're not ready to throw Navy, I don't think, into those lesser teams. I mean, these service academies, they could sneak through. One of these teams could sneak through somehow, some way. It feels like, because again, if Navy beats Notre Dame, if Army beats Notre Dame, they're both going to be undefeated in the Army-Navy game. And boy, wouldn't that be a magic. All right, I've got a premium pick on the total. Hit me up over at Winnable. I'm taking Navy. This is a good one. I feel 14, they may win by 14. But gosh darn it. I mean, who wouldn't this way these service academy teams look right now? Right. And how about this Navy coach? Look, Coach Ken was awesome, but how about this Navy coach, man? This guy is quite a dude. There's no doubt about it. All right, see what you got here. Navy's covered them all, won all of them by over 12 points, and here's a goal, I think, here. I don't want to get too off track, you guys. You guys have anything here? Dabby, hello. Dabby, let us know if you're still in there, what game you guys. I don't know what the plans over there across the street, so I don't want to say anything. If you're on the air, though, today with a show, I know we got UFC as well. And to my guys, no problem. Look, I'm kind of looking forward to having a short show with you guys a little bit, but I'm going to be seems like I'm going to be even busier because how about the I got some other things to say about that. Might have to wait until the next show, but what a moment that almost turned out to be. Thanks you guys for the comments here. I know I'm kind of running through them real quick. So, Dabby, let me know what game. I should figure it out, but we got to keep it going here. I'm only going to be on until the top of the hour, so let me know. Okay, let's keep it going here. Another nice game, I think, for sure, with Washington. For sure, with Washington here and Indiana. It's really Indiana that gets the marquee here, still at 7-0. Talk about great coaches. You got the hottest coaching name in the country here in this matchup, no doubt about it. So Cignetti's just awesome here. 15-5 against the spread in conference games. Indiana 16-7 so far as a home favorite. Still going to be tough. Washington pretty good, but maybe they're not quite up there with these Big Ten teams. It feels like the way we've been kidding around here with the Big Ten and their struggles against the Big Ten. Man, it feels like Indiana is just something special this season. Here coming in. So, all right. For me, I'm on the under here. This one would have been a premium here, I think. But I've already laid a really good number with Indiana when those things were coming out. So I'll give out the under here as my play with Washington and Indiana at 54. Indiana's gone over in 5 straight. I don't know if I can talk you into it, but Washington has gone under in 4 of their last 6 games here in this one. The Huskies have just kind of struggled offensively on the road, scoring just 18 points at Rutgers, 16 points at Iowa, and Indiana playing pretty awesome here right now. So we'll see how Rogers fares against the Hoosiers here in this one. All right, if you got a comment or two, let me know. We're going to keep rolling. Justin said he's going to be on Washington here. And I think Thomas is saying about time Big Ten get the Pac-10 or those teams stepped up. Or let's see. I think let's keep it moving here. Here's an IU money line. Dougie, go ahead and throw in any other plays that you guys have here. I'm game today. All right, going to keep it moving here with look, this one isn't a big one necessarily. Just got to keep Ohio State in our conversation here. We're not going to let this one roll by without mentioning the my Buckeyes here a little bit today. I've got them to roll. Nebraska, whatever happened that last game, Nebraska doesn't look like they're going to be able to handle it against these superpowers at this point. I'd be worried about Nebraska cracking the end zone more than a couple of times here. Probably it feels like they might not. They might get in once the way things looked in that last performance. So for me, I'm just going to take Ohio State here to roll against Nebraska today with probably a pretty convincing victory here. Spread's gone up a little bit high, so I can't go premium with this one, but probably like the total here. And let's take a look. Thomas says Ohio State to roll. Justin says he's got the team total to go over. Robert likes Ohio State. All right. Also another one where I think you got to include this matchup, given the records, given what BYU's accomplished so far this season with their awesome record. So this is a great early card, really, no doubt about it. So in this one with BYU, I say early card, we're kind of into the afternoon action here now, but you know what I mean with the big game here with BYU 7-0 against Central Florida, just 3-4. But the concerns here, Central Florida has just kind of been on the move right now, and I don't know. I got to give them a big chance here. The spread does look a little bit high. The total here at 53 right now does look a little bit low here. I'm going to take Central Florida here in this one to win and cover, but does feel like, man, and we could have some fireworks here in this one tonight. But Central Florida was a pretty popular choice among handicappers as well. Check out the consensus report in the community tab. Remember, Central Florida coming in just 3-4, but they're a favorite now. BYU opened the favorite. Now Central Florida is the favorite here, taking the action here this week against BYU. Now, some people painted BYU as maybe a little bit fraudulent with their success here so far. They definitely can score, and I'm sure they can get into a shootout here in this one. I'll take the Knights against the Cougars, though. I'm going to roll with it. I'm going to trust this sharp action here for sure. It feels pretty sharp, doesn't it? Wine Time says he's got Central Florida. Big O said, don't bet those Huskers. Thomas is on BYU here. Curtis says, Knights to smash. Public Enemy back on the no issue game said, go under. All right, don't mind me, gang, but I've got Missouri taking on Alabama here in Alabama, 15.5-point favorite in this one against Mizzou. And that might be a little bit higher at a few spots here. Right now I'm showing some 16.5, but the sharp books are a little bit lower, actually, and the square books are a little bit higher. That usually is a telltale sign that maybe the sharp action is going to be right here in this one. Look, we're not going to fault Missouri. They've got the better record here in this game. We know Alabama's lost some big games so far, but Missouri coming in with a 6-1 record here right now into this one, and the total here at 51. This one's gone way down, man. I was kind of teetering between the side and the total here on the show, but I'm going to go ahead and give out the over here, way down here at 51. Maybe it's 51.5, but I do like that total. Maybe I should have made that a premium here. But give me your side if you want, gang, on this one with Missouri and Alabama here. It's got to be a big game for sure, given the records right now of these two teams coming into this one. Despite the 2-touchdown margin, everybody knows Missouri's been pretty good. I know they look pretty, they did not look the part in that loss. Curtis says he'll take them here. Does that mean money line there? Dougie on Texas Tech in their game against TCU. Thank you, Dougie. Yeah, we're not going to cover that one here on the show, unfortunately. So thank you for bringing up some of these other games. Joe says, how about App State game to go under today? And hey, go to Winnable. Pick up my VIP card, everybody. Joe just told you a play that I like on the VIP card right there. Go find out which one it is on one of these games right now over at that Winnable account. You can click that QR code up there on the screen. But he's also got the Kent game here to go over. And tell you what, gotta like these picks here. I think I'm gonna look at one more thing here. I might give Joe the old wink wink nod nod here on this card that he's put up here. I can't keep it. I can't hold the show up here at this point when I try to look for it. But yeah, Joe, that's a 3-team parlay. Let's sweep that thing right there, 6-1, baby. Let's roll. Robert says take Missouri against the spread. All right. Illinois and Oregon. Hey, I know it's a 22-point spread. I was calling Illinois fraudulent necessarily. They already have the best uniforms, throwback uniforms in college football. We know that, but hey, they've looked pretty good, no doubt. We know Oregon. Hey, right now, you can make fun of the West Coast teams, but Oregon is atop them all here right now. It's 7-0, 4-0. They've scored, over 35 points a game so far this season, just crushing teams pretty much overall. And last 5 games are averaging close to 475 yards per game with Gabriel here. They're also 10-5 against the spread as a home favorite, 19-8 against the spread in conference game. Or no, I'm sorry, 15-7 against the spread in conference games. You got to trust Bielema. He's a pretty good coach, right? Everybody knows 11-3 against the spread as a road underdog here at Illinois, and as great as a road underdog at Colorado as well. Wisconsin as well. So looks like a pretty darn good spot, it feels like, here for Illinois against Oregon. But for me, I'm probably a little bit more interested in the total here in this one. Let me get your comments and I'll give my play if you have one here with this nice game. Thomas said he likes Illinois here in this one. All right. Want to look at the spread here, 20-ish or yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, and we'll have to win today, so we could replace this computer. There's a little Ducks team total over, and yeah, I don't know if Oregon necessarily can be stopped, but I think that Illinois could certainly pick up their points as well. I got to go over as my free play here in this one at 54.5. I was seeing it went lower, but it did not. All right, gang, here we go. We got to keep rolling here. This feels like a good one. I know these spreads are big, but they're intriguing games. I mean, you got Vandy here playing out of their minds. One of their best seasons in a long, long time, and they've got a great quarterback here. Certainly, this one was an overwhelming choice of handicappers today that I saw. Man, it was 26-4 or something like that. So pretty popular choice here with Vanderbilt. They'll probably make my card as well. Look, you were getting 20 points. You're still getting 17. Texas I don't know if you have a quarterback controversy or obviously, this should be a victory for Texas, but the way they've not dominated here of late, maybe Vandy's going to be in there. I'm sure they are. So I'm taking the under as my play. The widely reported steam came in on the under in this one. So that's what I'm going to take as the under here. I like the side too. You know what I like. So just still head on over to Winnable. Support me here on the channel. But let's see here. Coming up, MMA guy, just stay tuned, my man. We're going to have that MMA show here at the top of the hour, maybe even a little bit before. So it's going to be awesome. We're going to be off the air here for you, buddy. And we'll be there. Hang out with me in the chat, MMA guy. Let's pick some winners today. Also, Curtis Mann, he likes the Commodores here, or I thought he was kind of making fun of the computer, my broken computer also, that it was the old Commodore 64. Remember that? Here's Robert McCormick, Vanderbilt. Here's Thomas Lewis on Vanderbilt. And Thomas said, the game against Georgia, and now here you are against a pretty decent team on the road playing out of their minds. Let's keep it going here. Another big spread. We just got to talk about Miami here real quick. This is like my favorite national rivalry game of all time, I think, even over some of the big boys, but not this year. We're not going to be able to pull it off quite right here. And boy, if Miami gets a chance to roll one up on Florida State, I imagine that they will, but I'm not going to buy it. I'm taking Florida State here, plus 21. I'm going to wipe the slate clean and figure the rivalry aspect of the matchup will keep Florida State in this one. Handicappers that I saw definitely prefer Miami here by more than a 2-1 margin. So I think we're going to be talking about most folks here, it feels like, on Miami, but I'm going to take the Seminoles here in this one. All right. LSU and Texas A&M, we're getting into some real barn burners here a little bit right now as we wind down the college football coverage here quickly with our games for sure. But LSU and Texas A&M here in this one in College Station tonight. Should be pretty awesome. LSU coming in 6-1, 3-0 in conference. A&M 4-0 in conference here. You see the total up here to 54, I would think, with these offenses with Nussmeier, 18 touchdown passes this year, and Wegman's done a nice job here for A&M. Their only loss, of course, is to Notre Dame. LSU, they lost that game to USC. They've won 6 straight here right now. They've won road games against Ole Miss and Arkansas, so that bodes well. You got Kelly, always pretty solid as a road dog, and obviously been dominating in the SEC against the spread here as well for A&M. Their numbers aren't that great really here in some of these roles, no doubt, but the home team has won the last 7 meetings between these two teams, and LSU has lost the last 3 trips into College Station here, although they did cover the spread in 2 of those games. This is a pick'em. So the widely reported steam did come in on LSU. I've got A&M at home. I've got to buck those trends a little bit. If A&M, back in a few years ago, if they were favored by a touchdown or less, 3, 4, 5, maybe we take the dog. It could be tight. I'll take A&M, though, in this one. Thomas is on LSU. And Dougie says, let's get that basketball in here. We're going to have that game is included. We're only going with 3 or 4 games in basketball if we can get there. Penn State and Wisconsin here tonight. Got to go with this one, certainly in Madison. Man, this one might be a throwback here a little bit. I'm showing unanimous support from handicappers on the under here in this one. And Wisconsin has taken most of the attention from cappers, it feels like, here today, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take Wisconsin. They've won their last 3 games by huge margin here right now, totally crushing some of these teams. They did lose their two losses were to Alabama and USC. So not going to worry too much about that with Locke at quarterback here. You got Luke Fickle, 16 and 10 against the spread as an underdog. Penn State has won and covered the last 5 meetings. They've made it really, really tough on Wisconsin. They've done a good job here as well, but I'm taking the points with the Badgers in this one. All right, this will be a good one, no doubt. Justin says he's got that Penn State team total under. Look, if anything, right, look at their opposition here. Yeah, they beat Illinois in conference. They beat up on UCLA, and they did beat USC, but we're putting those teams in with some of those other teams that we talked, like in Alabama there. But again, the neutral, the common opponent, USC, at least. Penn State did beat USC, and Wisconsin did lose to them. Gorky's here with his plays as well. And there's Sharpie. Great. And there's our Toms. Thank you for stopping by. Sorry we're going so fast, you guys, but we're going to be out of here at the top of the hour. Make way for that UFC coverage from Abu Dhabi. And again, if you haven't hung out with the guys betting live UFC, this is your chance. Stay tuned. All right. Just throwing in SMU and Duke here because of Duke, teams with good records here, no doubt about it right now with SMU and Duke here in this one. The widely reported steam did come in on SMU, but I got to grab these points at home, 10 or 11 points. I'm down with this one. I'm going to take Duke. And finally here, and we've got Cincinnati and Colorado. We're going to include this one. This one probably was the one that almost didn't make it, but hey, you got Colorado. You got to talk about Colorado no matter what. So in this one, Colorado did take the widely reported steam. Man, steam it is all the way up to 6.5. These aren't the rolls that I like Colorado in at this point. I'm going to try the Bearcats here in this one on the road tonight. Look, Cincinnati still comes in with a pretty decent record, 5-2, 3-1. Their losses were to Pitt by a point, Texas Tech by 3 points. I figure this one has to be a pretty exciting game as well, even though Colorado's clicking, no doubt about it right now, having won 4 of their last 5 games here. But they're so up and down. Colorado just 4-4 against the spread off of a win. So, and also 7-11 against the spread as a home favorite. And this spread has only gotten higher. Give me the Bearcats here tonight. All right. That's it for college football, guys, believe it or not. So, again, if you do want more plays, please check me out over at Winnable. We're going to go through basketball and hockey right now as well. Stay tuned here. We got a few more minutes before the guys come by. But, like I said, check me out over at Winnable if you want more college football plays from me as soon as I get off the air. There's already my early slate packages are loaded up, so head on over there. All right, here we go with our action now from NBA basketball here. We're just going to give out some plays here real quick and get on with the UFC coverage here. You can pick up my plays on that Winnable app as well. All right. Denver Nuggets and Los Angeles Clippers here in this one. And the Nuggets, we'll see how they fare. Clippers, you got to be – I like this energy. I like this Clippers energy here a little bit. I don't know if this is the right spot for the Clippers. I think the Nuggets might be looking to put one on here a little bit. I'm going to go side and total here. I'm going to take the Nuggets in this one and lay the points here and also go under in the early game here against the Clippers. The Nuggets obviously only scoring 87 points. I got to figure they're going to like this matchup here. But I like the Clippers. I like this. You know what? I mean, look, if they're not going to have Kawhi, if this is going to go on. I thought they played well. So, but I'm still taking Denver. I just want to make it clear that I'm not done with the Clippers here necessarily. I like the energy that I saw. They might not be great, but maybe, God, I wish they could do something about Kawhi. All right, let's see here. All right, our tops. We're just mean business because we gotta cover all these games here. Peasy says Sharpie tried to tell you guys about Flaherty. Well, we were on the Dodgers here. I'm on these Dodgers. Nuggets under with me here with uh, Justin. Justin and I together on this one. And again, I had a 5-1 day yesterday with the premiums in the NBA, and we had some winners here on the show. Don't forget as well, Bulls and Bucks over, Warriors Jazz under. We had the Rockets here on the show yesterday. We had the Cavaliers in that blowout. Team Steam consensus 2-0 yesterday in the NBA with the Orlando Magic and the New York Knicks yesterday. And we also had that over in Philly and Detroit. So we didn't do that one, Justin. So thank you. We'll see. But East Carolina here. Look, here we weren't breaking down that one. I'm glad you picked it, Justin. But I don't know if I had to pick a candidate for worst game. I'm not doing it to bust your balls, but you got terrible Temple and you got fired coach of East Carolina. But we need a pick. There it is. We need a pick. That's the bottom line, and we got to keep going. All right, this looks like This looks like the best game on the card here. Magic and Grizzlies with Ja in there, looking good on the way back here. They obviously are 1-1 here right now, 0-1-1 against the spread. But the steam came in on Memphis here just as I was going on the air. In fact, I'm showing Memphis here right now. Still a 1-point favorite. The total is on the move here, much, much higher right now. I'm showing it as high as 224 here. This is definitely a fast riser on the over here. I'm just taking Memphis to win this game. Hey, look, Magic have been brilliant. They're 2-0. I think this is real. I don't think it's championship real, but I think the Magic definitely going to continue to improve. It feels like here right now, and this still should be a tough game, and I expect the Grizzlies. I'm taking the Grizzlies here, but you got to love Banchero here at this point. You got to love what the Magic are doing for sure. All right. Oh, okay, Justin. Yeah, I'm just going a little fast. Maybe I'm not even catching the gist of everybody's conversation right now. Okay, Mavericks and Suns here in this one, and the widely reported steam came in on the over in this game, but I know the Suns have put up some big points here so far, averaging 116 points a game. I do want to mention one steam play. We're not going to get a lot of them in here, but Washington is taking steam right now in the game against Indiana. They could be headed down here to 5 or 4.5. We'll see right now, but I do see steam coming in here. The line service just went off. So will it go down to 5? Will it go down to 4.5 here? Steam on the Huskies. I'm on the under here with Dallas and Phoenix. Look, Phoenix is 1-1, but 0-2 against the spread so far. I don't know if their defense is all that, but I think this total just feels a little bit high. I know everybody's enamored with Clay on Dallas here right now, and they scored 120 points in that first game, but they're on the road now, and Phoenix here. I'm gonna try the under in this one. All right, and next up, one more. Kings and Lakers here with the Lakers, a 2-point favorite at home against the Kings here tonight. And look, right now, Lakers, what can you say? Maybe there's a little bit of good juju, good mojo going on with the Lakers and their start to the season here. With maybe they have to keep Bronny on the roster instead of sending him down to the G League because he's a good little mascot to have on the bench, smiling and waving to his dad during the action. So I've got this one going over, gang. I know it's a high total here at 234, but I figure this one's headed north here. In fact, it's down to 230. So that to me, even if I had to critique myself here a little bit on the way I have to make the plays here a little bit on the show, but the action may be a little bit sharp here on the under, but I don't know. I think I'm just preferring the over, and I'm going to ignore the 4-point move by the to the under here. Definitely showing far more moves by the sharps on the under, probably by about a 5-to-1 ratio here. But I'm going to go over here, especially now that it looks like we have a discount of about 3 or 4 points. So, okay, everybody, if you got another, hey, 72 Impala, thank you for stopping in here. Flea, did you see my joke I made there yesterday? Flea Mathis is better than Taylor Mathis. We'll talk about Taylor maybe on Monday's show and see what the latest is. There it was drama yesterday with Taylor Mathis, everyone's favorite walking better, unless you're a fan of Lucy Burge. If you know what I'm talking about, if you know, you know. All right, here I'm taking the over in this one. We've got some hockey to look at. We'll look at the best games in hockey here in this one with Utah at the Kings. Why not? With my Kings. Looking up and down the schedule, I'm trying to find some good games. We're going to leave those early ones alone. We'll kind of be in the UFC, and I'll send some plays out. Hit me up on my winnable. But I'm going to grab the Utah Hockey Club here. They've actually taken a little bit of action here, I believe, down to plus $1.28, $1.29, maybe $1.25 at the square books here. But I'm going to take Utah here. Both teams come in with 4 wins so far this season, but plus money here, I'm going to take them. Let's go over it real quick. The guys are about to come on the air here right now, so I want you guys to get ready and head over to the other stream here. Jets and Flames. The steam came in on the Flames. This is a real good series, right? The Flames have actually had their way with the Jets of all teams. Jets are out of their minds too here right now, a 7-0 record. Hellebuck's playing great, but I'm going to take the Flames here in this one. Maple Leafs and Bruins here tonight. I'm going to go under in this one with Stolars and Bruins. This is a hardcore series. You know what this one's all about with when these two teams meet, and it's usually an under. 14 of the last 16 under here. Give me the under in this one. Capitals and Lightning. I'm taking the Lightning here. I know it's a big favorite. Lindgren's been awesome. The Capitals have been good. This looks like a good game tonight. I'll take the Lightning. Panthers and Islanders. Give me the under here with Bob and Varlamov so far. We know Tampa, Florida probably will get it going here. They're already 5-3-1. So give me the under here in this one. And finally, it's the Hurricanes and the Kraken. And steam came in here on the Hurricanes. This is a series that's already had some unders in this short series so far all time. So give me the under here with the Hurricanes and the Kraken. All right. The guys have just fired up the stream. I'm watching them here. Hello, guys. If Mike can see me, and they're starting to preview the card here for the top of the hour UFC action right now. So if you want more plays from me, and well, if you do, you do. Please check me out over at Winnable. This is where I'll have all my plays here. I'm going to be hard at work, watching the games, watching the UFC, and sending out more plays. The plays that you would have missed or that you would have gotten here on the show are going to be on my free subscription on the Winnable app. There's already an 8-pack of early afternoon games on there. So please check me out there over at the Winnable app. So the guys have got started. That's it for me. We'll see you tomorrow with NFL coverage for Sports Money Network. I'm Ramon Scott. Enjoy the UFC with the gang over, and make sure you go to the stream right now.